Good morning. Good morning and welcome on this very wet Monday morning. And a very big welcome also to our students on the Doha campus in Qatar. No doubt you're sitting comfortably in aircon with the sun shining outside, but we're not envious. Welcome to AUSA. I'm Margaret Patterson. I'm the CEO of AUSA. So what is AUSA? As we've got up here, it's your student association. Some of you might be more familiar with it being called a student union. Two things you need to remember about AUSA. One, you're all members. You automatically become a member when you sign up as a student for this wonderful ancient university. And two, it's yours. It's your voice that AUSA speaks with, and it does that through 5 elected representatives. And they're the people that are going to speak to you this morning. But before they're invited up onto the stage, I'd like to introduce your Vice Chancellor, Principal, Professor George Boyne.
Good morning, and it's my great pleasure to welcome all of you to the University of Aberdeen, both those of you who are here with us in Aberdeen today and those watching the live stream in Doha, Qatar. Starting university is a major step in your lives. Perhaps for some of you, you haven't lived away from home before. So this is a time of change, it's a time of transition, and in this week in particular, you will be flooded with information, new things to get accustomed to, new events, new arrangements, new friends, a new routine to fit into. And no doubt it will be hard to remember everything that you hear this week. But I have 5 things that I would like you to try to remember during the course of your studies at Aberdeen. So first of all, I want you to remember the range of support that is available to you. The university is not only physical locations, here, Forester Hill, Doha, it's also a big community of people. Around here we refer to the Aberdeen family, and that's to recognize the range and the quality of support that's available to all of our students. So if you should encounter any difficulties, the important thing is to remember to just ask for help, whether that's about your studies or other aspects of your life. There is a multiple variety of sources of support available to you, regardless of where you're studying as part of the university. So that's about support. Secondly, there will be a lot of work. We expect you to make a lot of effort to achieve the degree that eventually you will complete. Now, you've all achieved a lot already. You obviously have remarkable talent, otherwise you wouldn't be at this university in the first place, but we expect you to work in order to gain the degree so that by the end of your period with us, your intellectual and your practical skills have lifted substantially. And that's not just an end in itself, to be intellectually and practically skillful, because we want you to be well placed to make a positive difference to the world around you. That ultimately is the purpose of gaining a university degree. Thirdly, we are a very diverse community. You'll already see here in the room today and others that you've met that we're geographically diverse, we have diverse characteristics, and we absolutely celebrate that as an asset of the institution, because in that way we hear different points of view and we learn from each other. We learn about different characteristics and personalities, we learn about different parts of the world, so the diversity that we have is hugely important to us. That also means alongside the diversity, you need to display tolerance. Tolerance, dignity, and respect for the variety of views that you'll come into contact with. We expect, of course, robust debate. We expect vigorous debate on academic issues and on the political issues of the day. And goodness knows, across the world at the moment, there are plenty of political issues for us to debate. But we expect that debate to be robust, but as I say, dignified, respectful, and tolerant. We have absolutely zero tolerance for abuse of any kind. That does not belong in our community. And frankly, if you behave in that way, and I don't expect that you will, we'll have some very serious questions to ask. Next, the purpose of the university. If you aren't already aware of this, the university was founded in 1495 to be open to all and dedicated to the pursuit of truth in the service of others. We are not here for ourselves. Yes, we are here to help you to be educated, but we also want to make a positive difference to the communities around us, wherever that may be. So we want you to look for opportunities and indeed to take those opportunities to be of service, especially to people who are less fortunate than yourselves. I'm coming now to the final point. It's slightly less significant than the others that I've mentioned so far. As I've said, you may be away from home for the first time. This is a new experience for you. It's also a new experience for your friends and family. Don't forget to keep in touch. You know that they have nothing to be worried about. I know that they have nothing to be worried about, but they don't know that. So I'm sure they would appreciate being reassured that you're settling in well, that everything is going for you as you expected. I'm not asking you to overdo it. So if at another time when you've been away from home, you've been in touch once a fortnight, don't start getting in touch every day. They'll only get worried. And similarly, if you've been in touch every day, don't start getting in touch only once a fortnight. So just keep that contact going. That's especially important for your friends and family in the first few weeks as you settle in to life at university. So those are my 5 things that I would like you to remember as you settle in with us and as you proceed to your studies in the years ahead. I've already mentioned that you're well qualified, that you should be confident of your success while you're here, but that will require hard work. I'm sure you will go on over the years ahead to many fantastic achievements. I wish you good luck. We all need a bit of good luck along the way, but with effort and perseverance and with the skill that you already have, I'm sure that you'll be remarkably successful here. Thank you for choosing the University of Aberdeen.
So thank you to our principal, who I think is having to leave us now. Yeah. So no doubt you'll see him throughout the week as he works his way around all of the activities that you hopefully are going to be enjoying. So back to AUSA and back to the 2 points that I mentioned at the beginning. You have 5 wonderful people elected by the student body who have spent 2 months preparing for today. They are your elected representatives. They're the people that are going to be really important to you. They're the ones that you're going to want to seek out and talk to about anything that you want to raise. The principal talked about support, so they're there for you. If you've got ideas, you've got something that you really want to give a go at, talk to them. So now I'm going to introduce them, and we're going to start with your principal, Cecilia. Elevated her already. Your president, Cecilia.
Hello, I'm your new principal, Cecilia. So, like Margaret said, AUSA is a student-led organization, and as students of this university, you're automatically part of us, and that means that we're here to support you through your journey the next 4 years, next term, or next year, depending on how long you stay with us. We're also going to empower you to make sure that you have the best experience, that you have all the skills and knowledge that you need to thrive after you leave this university. We're also here to represent you and your interests to the university. Also, locally, nationally, depends on what your interest lies. As president, my job is essentially the student experience. You can come to us with any concerns or anything that you would like to do, you can just come say hi to us in Student Union building. That's where we're most of the time, unless we're in endless meetings with the university. But we'll always be there with a friendly face and an open door. And there are many ways that you can engage with us. You can do that through, for example, Student Council, which nominations open next week. So please sign up. We will need many people to be involved and help us make a positive change at the university and within our union. The other 4 sabbaticals would tell you different ways that you can engage with us. They have very specific roles with specific remits, which I'm sure will interest a lot of people in different ways. But any concerns you have, any questions, or if you just want to say hi, you come to the union, you speak with us, and we will do our best to advise you, support you, or help you find your way around the campus. And now Daria, our education officer, is going to tell you what she does in her remit.
Hello everyone, my name is Daria. I am your education officer for this academic year. Nothing says welcome to Aberdeen like the weather today, but I'll try. Welcome to the Aberdeen family and welcome to AUSA. We are here to support and represent you in any way we can. And as the education officer, I'm here to support all of you and all the rest of the students on issues related to educational and teaching quality issues throughout your journey at this university. So for 4 years here, if you ever struggle with anything that has to do with your academic life in terms of teaching and learning quality, I am here for you. Technically, I'm only here for a year, but there will always be an education officer to take care of that for you and to support you and empower you the best we can. I take care of our class rep system, and trust me, you get bored of hearing about it over the next couple of weeks, but it is important. And I also take care of our school conveners, support them, our postgraduate reps who sit in our student council. There's many aspects in which I support students, including individual academic issues. And this is important because through your learning, you grow and you form your student experience here. This might sound extremely cheesy, but you look back on 4 years and you will not remember how they all passed. It passes so quickly. I do not trust you remember everything you are taught in your courses, but they're still important because they do broaden your perspectives. And it is through your studies that you learn about the world, about yourselves, you grow and you change. And when you're in a marquee similar to this, at your own graduation, you look back and hopefully you'll be grateful to all of this and all the support that was offered to you by AUSA. Now, as for me, I did not get involved in AUSA until my final year of my university experience. And sometimes I look back and wonder whether I've missed out. And the answer is I probably have. So in that regard, don't be like me. Go out, not necessarily in this weather, but go out and get involved and do as much as you can. There's plenty of opportunities. There's our student council, our liberation and section forums, our wonderful societies and sports clubs that you get to meet over the next couple of days at the fairs. Just be engaged, because it's not just your studies you're here for, despite what I'll tell you as the education officer. All of these form parts of your experience here, so take advantage of that. And if you ever struggle with anything, AUSA is here for you. So welcome to it. And now I'd like to introduce you to your sports officer for this academic year, Isla Scott.
Hi guys, how are we? You all look a wee bit tired. Is anyone hungover? I can see a few faces that are hungover. So, I'm going to take this around. I like to have a wee walk, you know, sports. So as Daria said, I am your sports officer. So, of course, university, your academics are important. However, I can tell you, having been a student for 4 years, you don't really remember your academics. Ooh. No, university is about more than your academic studies. We are blessed at Aberdeen in that we have a full range of extracurricular activities. In terms of sports, we have 55 sports clubs, and we're lucky enough to have the facilities to basically facilitate any sport. In addition to that, we have over 160 different societies. These are all great and all amazing. It is such a good way to get involved with university life. It's a great way to make friends, to find new interests, and to really develop the skills that you have when you finish university. In terms of the sports that we offer everything from traditional sports, things like hockey, basketball, badminton, to some less traditional sports, things like aikido, jiu-jitsu, underwater hockey. There's a full range. In terms of societies, there's things like a knitting and sewing club. We also have, for those of you who like how we drink, we have a beer society, a gin society, a whiskey society. I think we have a wine society as well. We also have things like political societies, if that's what you're into. So there's a lot that we offer. In terms of what we actually do, what I actually do, as sports officer, I am basically the sabbatical lead for all sports. I also head up the sports union, which is located in Aberdeen Sports Village. If you've not had a look, go have a look, it's wonderful. So I lead that up as the sabbatical lead. In terms of sports, we do perform very well. We're lucky enough to have a great support system. We have grants that are available, and we have great facilities as well. I'm now going to hand over to Louise, our communities officer, and she will talk to you about all communities things.
Hi everyone. So I'm Louise, I'm the communities officer. What does that mean? It is a wide range of topics. One of the main things that I do is represent you on issues such as sustainability, trying to make our union and our campus more sustainable, as it is something that a lot of students are interested in. What I do as well is that I help you with everything that is outside of your studies. Obviously, if you don't have a nice housing situation, if you're working and your employer is not giving you your right pay, you're not going to necessarily know about those things, and that's why we're here to help you. So my main focus are housing, transport. I lead on campaigns. So if you have any things that interest you, it can be about battling food waste or trying to have more microwaves on campus so you don't have to pay for the cafeteria every day. Those are the things that I can support you with. Just empowering you to know how to campaign, how to make your voice heard, giving you the resources to do that. I will be throughout the week in my red t-shirt as my fellow sabbatical officers. So if you have any idea, any questions, we'll always be there to support you. As we have said, we have an open door policy. We are usually in the union building, which some of you might have seen during our campus tours yesterday. Just knock on the door if it's closed and come in and you will see us like our desk trying to make your university life the best it can be. Now I'll introduce you to Alex, your welfare officer, and he will talk and he'll talk about what he does.
Hello, good morning, and let me also add my voice in welcoming everybody to the University of Aberdeen. I hope you enjoy your experience here at the university. And so I am the welfare officer, and I represent student views in the area of their welfare here at the university. I oversee 2 activities in relation to student funding, hardship, mental health and well-being, as well as promoting campaigns against gender-based violence, as well as other issues in the interest of students. I support, coordinate, and organize relevant campaigns and activities on all welfare issues. As the welfare officer, I also lead the welfare committee, and so all of you are welcome to join. Like Cecilia said, from next week, student council elections are going to be opened, and so I expect anyone interested in welfare issues to join the welfare committee. Here at the university, and as has been said, we offer a wide range of services and support for every student to succeed in this university. And so we have counseling units, we have multi-faith chaplaincy, we have student support unit, and they offer a wide range of services, all so that you can all excel in this university. Now, before I leave, I will tell you this. At this university, make sure you take care of yourself. For me, self-care is really, really important. So as much as taking care of your studies, make sure you take care of yourself. And speak to people. When you have issues, talk to people. Go to InfoHub, seek for help, and you're definitely going to get support. As an ancient university, we have a position called Rector. And at this time, our Rector is Margaret Chapman. And so I have this privilege to introduce to you my Rector, your Rector, the university's Rector, Margaret Chapman. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Can I add my voice to the very warm, if slightly soggy, welcome to you all here in Aberdeen today, but also to those students joining us from Qatar and those of you who are joining us via YouTube and the live feed from elsewhere as well. You're all very, very welcome to this university and to be a part of the university community. As Alex has said, my name is Maggie Chapman and I am the University Rector. Now that's maybe a role you haven't come across before. It's a position that is unique to Scotland. Only 5 universities in Scotland have this position, and it is a role that is about students. It is elected every 3 years. So I was elected about 1.5 years ago. And it's elected by the students. And the role is to act as your voice and advocate for you. So I chair the University Court, which is the university governing body. But really, my main role is to be here as a support for you and to make a nuisance of myself with university management, to ask them the difficult questions, to act on your behalf when things maybe could be improved and should be better. So as Rector, I want to be here for you. I want to be accessible to you, and I'm always going to be happy for you to approach me, to have a chat, to help with any issues that I can do. As part of my role supporting and advocating for you, I work closely with the student sabbatical officers that you've just heard from. And you can find me in the AUSA office as well. Although it's a voluntary part-time role, but I'm around. If not in the AUSA office, you can always get me on email or online, and AUSA can give you my contact details if you need them. I just want to say a couple of things about your time here. You are joining an ancient university community. You are going to take this university forward in its next stages. And it's an exciting time to be at university. We are looking to you to create the future for our world. We know that there are significant challenges in our world at the moment, and you will have the answers to many of those. So I want to say 3 things. You will be getting lots of advice, lots of information, but I want to leave you with 3 messages. Firstly, work hard at your studies, but not too hard. You are also here to grow. You are here to learn about yourselves, to learn about other people, to learn about the wider world, and to have fun. Your time at university should be something that you look back on in years years to come with fond, happy memories. So have fun. And that leads me on to my second point. Get involved with things beyond your studies, whether it's AUSA student societies or sports clubs, whether it's part of the wider Aberdeen community. Try something new. Do something you've never done before. Do something you've never thought of doing before. Explore Scotland. Scotland is an incredible country. Even if you were born and brought up somewhere else in Scotland, visit somewhere new. Go places you haven't been before. I moved to Scotland having been born and brought up in Zimbabwe 21 years ago to study. I thought I'd be here for 3 years. 21 years later, I'm still here. And despite the weather, I can't imagine living anywhere else. So learn to love this country, because it is a beautiful, beautiful country. The third and final thing I want to say to you today is make sure you become part of this community. Be part of something bigger than yourselves, because there is so much out there for you to do. And I would really encourage you to make sure that you make the most of those opportunities. Grab those opportunities with both hands. All that remains for me to say now is to say enjoy your Freshers Week. If you can get through the weather and Freshers Week at Aberdeen, you can get through pretty much everything, I think, in life. Have a great time this week. All the very, very best for your university studies and for everything else that you do whilst you are here. And remember, you are not alone. There's always somebody here to help and support you. Do get involved and do keep in touch. Thank you very much.
Before I let you all leave, I just want to say thank you, Ayla. Shout out to Knitting Society. I was a vice president despite being horrible at knitting, so I urge you all to try new things. You don't have to be an expert at it to join a society or sport club, so I urge you to come tomorrow and on Wednesday for our societies and sport fairs to explore what we have to offer and what you can do to learn and grow and meet new people. I also urge you to download our AUSA events app, because that's where you can find out everything that's happening this week, and you can also keep up to date with AUSA. And we will be notifying you so much about the elections, so please come, get involved with us, and please stay for the barbecue, because I don't know about you, but I'm freezing, so I really want some grilled food right now. And for those of you participating in King's Cup, we got some people walking around with lanyards for you to scan, so make sure that you win that barbecue party for your school, okay? Perfect. I'll see you guys there, and we're all gonna stick around if you have any questions.